Thank you, Biko Kayi Nodunani. Thank you. One youth, two skills. There is no need telling you about the man who is with you. This is the man that loves you. At the heart of the things he's doing for Anambra is the youth. All sinoga didn't the youth to Namma. All sinandi youth to get wall. All sinandi youth to get baulu. All sinuna man on Imofia. Nunu gaputa. Solie. Where will Anambra State? Where Gabaniru? Emegon Keys is in the first phase of empowering the youth through the One Youth, Two Skills program. Omeseng about the second phase. Men kumu boy. Today, unu nelanya wefu nankome di mawya. Asina eto dike nankome lo moso. Ndi youth gaganiru. This is the man. Yes, he's not impressed by money, but kindness. Professor Chukwumata Soludo is not impressed by appearances, but empathy. He is not impressed by titles, but honesty. Not impressed by social media, but humility. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the man advisor to Mr. Governor on Youth Empowerment Program, Dr. Nelson Omenuga. Welcome. And we have this man is the chairman of Board of Trustees of the program that we came to observe today. I'm talking about SYPSG, that is a Solution Youthpreneur Program Support Group. I'm talking about, he's also the MD of Anambra State Housing Corporation, Honorable Chike Anyono. Welcome. And is also the chairman of this occasion, I'm made to understand. And then the national president of ASATU is here. ASATU is the Association of Anambra State Town Unions. Honorable Barrister Titus Abudo, you're welcome. Okay, I hear the permanent secretaries are also here, because the permanent secretaries will welcome you and say thank you for gracing this event, especially the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Youth Development, talking about Engineer Martin Abele, Biko Nono. The chairman of, the mayor of Oka South is also here, talking about Honorable Chinedu Okafor, Prince, you're welcome. And youth leaders that are in our midst, welcome all of you. I won't mention you one after the other, but please, all the youth leaders that are here, you're welcome. And I want to welcome Chief Akai Egwonwo. He's in our midst, the MD/CEO of Zara Stores, the man who is also vying to represent Anambra South in the Senate. And then the man that gave us lecture, Mr. Governor, before your arrival, we had a pep talk from this great man. Is the chairman, Nigerian Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, NASME, Anambra State, talking about Chinemerem Ogwebe. Welcome. I will not fail to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the man who put all of this together. This man is the state coordinator of the Solution Youthpreneurship Support Group, talking about Prince Chinedu of Fojebe. You're welcome. Mr. Governor, it is the things you are doing that is making people take initiative. You have been able to impart in us, in the Anambra, the spirit of working hard, the spirit of thinking out of the box. That is why the people you gave support in 2023 decided to come together to train others, because you told us that what this means is you are trained to train others, and that is what they are doing today. Organize themselves to train 1,000 youths. Can we put our hands together for the SYPSG? At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, it will be my singular honor and privilege to invite to speak to us SYPSG, talking about Prince Chinedu, to give us a short welcome.
annually in Anambra State, as reeled out in his electioneering manifesto. The not to bug us with the histories and litany of achievements of Professor Charles Soludo CFR, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, as regards to youth of his state. Before us today are SYPSG members, part of the over 4,000 youth millionaires produced in less than 3 years of his administration, surpassing far much in his manifesto promises of 1,000 youth millionaires annually. I present before you one of the existing and conspicuous evidence of Professor Charles Soludo's fulfillment of some of his campaign promises, electioneering manifesto, through one of his outstanding and incomparable programs of youth empowerment. The One Youth Two Skill Solution Program, a program adopted by the federal government and some other state governments because of its successes stories in Anambra State. This program has metamorphosed to SYPSG, meaning Solution Youth Preneur Support Group, we have here today. Solution Youth Preneur Support Group, SYPSG in bracket, is an organization that came into existence as a result of the successes recorded by the One Youth Two Skill program of Governor Charles Soludo CFR. The organization comprises of beneficiaries who benefited from the vocational and entrepreneurial skills training of One Youth Two Skills, as well as grants for businesses, financing from Mr. Governor. They have resolved to rally around to share their success stories and become ambassadors of the One Youth Two Skills solution, with a clear mandate to ensure that no youth of Anambra State was left behind in the laudable youth enterprise development agenda of Mr. Governor. SYPSG also targets to mobilize massive support for Mr. Governor at the wards and local government levels to ensure the continuity of the solution agenda beyond 2026. Today, as youth millionaires and parts of the mandate is giving back to the society, that is the pay back time, and in collaboration with the governor and in his PPCP, Public-Private Community Partnership Program. SYPSG have decided to train 1,000 Anambra youth in diverse skills free of charge to support Mr. Governor in his youth programs and agenda, which includes, but not to engage the youth in the creative skills to fight heinous crimes by the youth, disengaging the youth from idle-mindedness, and also to ameliorate youth restiveness, and to create 1,000 youth millionaires annually, etc. With this planning of free vocational training empowerment, I am sure we are squarely on our way in assisting the government of Professor Charles Soludo in achieving the best for Anambra youths. Thanks and God bless all of us. I remain your coordinator, Prince Chinedu Ofadebe. SYPSG, One Youth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please may we put our hands together for him once again. Yes. Mr. Governor, what we have come here to do is to celebrate what you have instituted. That now, you have begun this, and Anambra have seen that it is a step that they should follow. And so they have borrowed a leaf from that which you have commenced. And that is why these people are here gathered today to contribute to the wonderful efforts you are making. Please let us clap for our wonderful governor once again. Please, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me at this juncture to now most respectfully invite a very short speech, the chairman, Board of Trustees of Soludo Youth Entrepreneur Support Group, Honorable Chike Anyono. Biko, let's put our hands together for him as we come.
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying that I stand on the already established protocol without wasting further time. I thank every person here, all those that have traveled from all places to come and witness this event. Mr. Governor, I just want to crave your indulgence to tell a short, very short story in only 3 minutes. I'm done. And what is that story all about? I want to draw a particular relationship to what is happening in your state today, courtesy of your programs, especially this One Youth to Scale program of the Solution government, with what used to happen, obtained in the then old Anambra state of our years in the 80s, and especially late 70s and early 80s. In those days, Mr. Governor, you recall, those of you, and you were part of that era, the youth of that era, that graduated, finished their youth service, went to Lagos by choice, if at all you like, to look for jobs. We had everything in the flourishing economy of old Anambra State and beyond. Mr. Governor, I was talking about the 18 breweries that existed within this environment in those days. Talk about Pau, Monarch, Hercules, and the rest of them. I'm talking about 9 biscuit factories that existed in this environment in those days. I'm talking about Emerson, City, Bex, and all those biscuit factories. Mr. Governor, the list is endless. I also remember something like Avon Oil in Enugu and other oil mills. I remember flour mills, Tempo at Omonda, and other flour mills, and so on and forth. Mr. Governor, those factories that existed in those days provided enough jobs. Maybe not too much, but several jobs for our existing youth, to the extent that those who graduated found enough to do in Anambra State of those days. Mr. Governor, I want to tell us what you are doing presently in Anambra is a kind of enactment of what used to flourish in those era. Mr. Governor, yeah. The One Youth, One Skill, One Youth, Two Skill empowerment of our youth. A wonderful initiative. And I say, Mr. Governor, having benefited, the people, our group, the SYPSG group, the Youth Empowerment Program, from your Youth Empowerment Program, Mr. Governor, I am to say that we are highly proud of you. Proud beneficiaries, we are proud beneficiaries of this program, and there is no other way to say thank you than to say and enjoy others in drawing from that Igbo adage of onye enyelo nya nye. And that's why they have thought amongst themselves, we have thought amongst ourselves and said, having benefited, we are mobilizing and have indeed mobilized resources to train not less than 1,000 more youths to join us in this journey of job creation, youth empowerment in your state, in our state. Mr. Governor, today's outing is that special way, that special outing to say we thank you highly, we thank you so much, we thank you deeply. We are immensely grateful. In fact, it's a way of showing gratitude to Mr. Governor that you have done so much. This is a scheme being copied everywhere now across the country. But I can tell us they are all copied in vain, because this is the original. Sure, this is the original. The original is still there, and we are ratcheting it up by saying we'll bring others to join us, bring others on board to benefit as well from the program. I thank you, Mr. Governor. I don't have much to say than to stand here today to say to you that we, as members of SYPSG, stand solidly behind you. You will see the impact of what we are doing. I'm sorry, this is not our population. Mr. Governor, we are saying that going forward, especially in our second journey to Agwaka, you will see and know the people you have impacted upon. Their program have impacted upon what they can offer, what they can do. Mr. Governor, we can't thank you enough. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you.
If we start to thank Mr. Governor, we will not leave here today. It is unprecedented, the things you do. I don't know where you find the money, don't know where you find the strength, the intelligence to do all the things you're doing. Mr. Governor, all we can say is, God bless you, sir. God bless you. Everybody in Anambra State are happy. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Now, at this juncture, to speak to us, let's invite His Royal Majesty, Eze Chidubem Iweka, Eze Iweka the Third, Ogalagidi, Eze Obosi, the chairman of the Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council. Please put your hands together for him. Call him Igwe.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, I salute you. The commissioners here present, Ndi Igwe, let me stand on the existing protocol. Despite the fact that we're here today for SYPSG, I want to seize this opportunity to thank our very diligent governor on the newly instituted Operation Udogachi, and the Agune Chamber movement. Your Excellency, I have Fubagi here already. Ndi Afunenye Nsobu, Febidogo Basasiba, I am an Okoyadi. Actually, can seize this opportunity to let people come certain comments made by certain people. Can go for the Nasi, or Guinea image where check it well, work it out, where maybe say no make election, or go upon Ndina Maron, Makanesum Nandina fight Yabo crime. Two poor where be don't can. Joint task force, DG, army, police. Na bani meli mo bodo DG, but never in Imo State, where people the flashpoints of criminality. When I know about since, Abune take it well, wake it up. When no be a man Anambra in a papagon. Ya but not come back on dinner maro, Amalu. Your Excellency, I make a name. Dalu. One youth, two skills. Dalu. Ndi youth I can name. Nkis Bukambagodun, now with the leaders of tomorrow. Now, no fail. Why? If you, the leaders of tomorrow, fail us, then we are finished. Our predecessors, our elders, our forebears never practiced what our youths are practicing today. All this issue of Yahoo, Okite, and all sorts of criminality, kidnapping, and so on. All these things were non-existent in the old days. And if you don't know, every work you do has a payment. And I'm talking about in the spiritual. There's an old Igbo adage, no. Mpambu no dike. Dike no gebo boye na eje no ogo beti isi mmadu. Buru mmadu lee ya n'oru. Jeni bele mmiri lee ya n'oru. Lebe ndị ọcha fe buru wee naba obodo fa. Ndị niile mere ya je trace the history. Ka efu na ụfọdụ n'ime fa ọ ka na affect ndị befa welu echi. Yeah, but if everything that goes up must do what? It must come down. Yeah, but onye na-echekwa the ego mmabuta nke Mr. Ogwebe mentioned. Na ego mmabuta na ịmabutara anya na-ego iburu convoy na-aga a na-eto ilu nnukwu ụlọ. Obodo niile agbazue ka abịa kene n'imere ọfụma. Emechasịa ọraba n'isi onwe na ụmụ yi. Ofu nwoke gwara m, ọ sị m na nne ya bụ ogbenye tata, mana ya na-eriju afọ maka ya akwụba aka ya ọtọ. Na nne ya gwara ya sị ya na nna m emetara debelụ m ya emetakwana debelụ ụmụ yi. O wee bụrụ ma ife anyị ji ya wee bịa tata. No 1,000 youths ka gọvanọ anyị si na ọ ga-empower na this SYPSG. Ndị a na-empower tata anyị na-atụkwa anya na ụnụ nwa ga-eme ọfụma gbado anya ka ụnụ wee empower kwa hundreds of thousands of youths. Na ọ bụrụkwa onye emere ọ nabazi abịa. Ọ nnukwu amara ka gọvanọ anyị na-eme ife a. Ya bụ na onye emere amara emeri emekwala onye ọzọ. Emeri ime gịnị? Emekwala onye ọzọ. Ya ndị niile bi ebe a tata ana m ekene unu maka na onye ọbụla bịa ebe a taa ka ọ bịa solu n'ife a na-eme gosi No Soronandi Mabutenu, Mabutafu, our it doesn't work. This is the time for our youth to make a U-turn. Where we do Tieba can be productive, Tieba can be honest, Tieba can be integrity. Makarandi Bosida, Akaja Jana Megini. Never thought man. Ya bikono. Umuaka Makono Muaka Makaiwa Blugo Kenya. Ndi Yuta, Nebata. If I governor in a melon mutata, Kuno Badanya, Kuno Meputesi Bifedia, Badanya, Candoza, where they will follow Naya, let others emulate you. Others will emulate you and do well as well. It shall be well with you. Governor, I am if any make Anambra wedding, Gabaniru, Kachine Kanabayuma, Nemelia Mala, Ika Bupanay, Jisika, Tanuma, Gosu Yabuna be about that. Ogadelo Numao, Ogadelo Numao, Kachine Gosu Yabuna be about that. Meluna Mala, Bululu Nuso, Belunazo. Mezbelu nebu nobi ununi na be former. Now for Jesus Christ to boy my.
Without wasting our time, please, let's invite the beneficiaries. All of them will line up here. The ones that will speak. One minute. Okay, only two of them. One minute. Please let them come immediately. Two beneficiaries should come forward to speak for 1 minute each. Please, where are the beneficiaries, please? Let them come forward. Two of them. Mr. Governor, the beneficiaries of this great scheme want to speak to us. One minute for each of them.
Good day, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR. All protocols duly observed. Okay, one of the beneficiaries of One Youth Two Skill, now member SYPSG. I'm here to thank Mr. Governor for what he has been doing for Anambra youth. It's not easy. He has kept to his promises, and we are seeing it. This is not magic. This is real, and we are seeing it. At least I'm a beneficiary of this program. And of course, I'm here to say I'm a proud millionaire today. And this program have actually turned everything around for my business. It's not like we are here to be trained, not just to be trained on the skills, but also you will undergo entrepreneurship training. There they will teach you how to handle your business. You don't have any reason to expand your business. And by the grace of God, we are scaling through. Yes, and the governor have been doing it with the support of the commissioner. He has been pushing us here and there with his monitoring team, so you don't have any reason to fail. In fact, we wish this will get to the remaining 36 states of this country, Nigeria. At least the new Nigeria we're looking at will be achievable. Once again, I say thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you, the Solution Master. Thank you, the Talk and Do Governor. Thank you, the Solution Master. We love you and we continue to love you. At least others are coming to you. Thank you so much. I love you. I am Mrs. Ezu Oluchukwu.
One youth, with the greatest Nigerian youth, greatest Mama, greatest Bobo, SYPSG, smart entrepreneur. Well, Mr. Governor, Ode Dijabule, the political business of Anambra State. We are here because of you. Because of what you have done for us, the empowerment that is unprecedented. You know, when we came with your people's-oriented manifesto, you were very clear and intentional. They are going to create 1,000 youth billionaires every year. But Mr. Governor, you have created 5,000 so far, which I am one of them. You know, some people are asking how we're able to do it. You kept 2.5 billion naira for us at ASBA. We assessed the loan, and it has able to help us to expand. But Your Excellency, one thing happened. When we got our 5 million naira alert, Mr. Commissioner told us, Ega, business. And you can see today, Your Excellency, we utilized the money very well. And due to the EDI program, the financial management skill that we learned in conjunction with Unizik Business School, we're able to learn how to manage our resources. Because most young businesses, most of them, their issue is not finance, but how to manage the resources when you attract them. And we learned it through the One Youth Two Skill Empowerment program. Today also, the program has given us market visibility because of the huge social media presence of the One Youth Two Skill team. Today, there's Amma signature. She's sending west to Australia. Oyoka, on the Buja Bodo Yibo. There's case teachers on a send up to UK. So the opportunity of the program is all encompassing. So we are promising you, Your Excellency. I see no vacancy now. So we are already here because the program is everywhere. To the hard-to-reach area of Anambra West, down to Olumbanasa, Enoma, Okwala. They all have training centers there. Down to Osamala, in Obaro, and we're training center there, even down to Orumba North and South. So, Your Excellency, the scheme is not only in Oka or Necha or Newu, but also as far as Niboya Anambra, even if you're not from Anambra, live in Anambra, they participated in the program. In my center, I have 4 persons from Kogi State. I have from Enugu, I have from Abia, I have from Benue. They're all benefiting from the program. So, I want to say on the final note that in the Anambra, we got more than what we ordered. We ordered for a governor, but here we are. We have a presidential material as a governor. So we'll keep enjoying you. After these 8 years, we know that something higher is up there for you. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you. I am Rapuchu Mwezekwe. I'm from Anambra Local Government area. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Testimonies galore in all facets of our society, from education to youth development to health and so on and so forth. We need not speak about infrastructural development. You are doing wonders. You did say that in Anambra State will become a construction site, and that is what we are having today. Mr. Governor, you did a very diligent job in selecting your team of commissioners and special advisors. It is on that note that I now most respectfully want to invite the Commissioner for Youth Development, who has superintended over Mr. Governor's policies and programs on youth development. I speak of Honorable Patrick Anambra. Please, let's appreciate it.
Excellency, Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Governor, Professor Soludo, CFA, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Thank you very much. Just a brief articulated address presented by Mr. Patrick Anambra, the Commissioner for Youth Development, Anambra State, at the occasion of the flag off of SYPSG free training empowerment for 1,000 Anambra youth. On behalf of the Ministry of Youth Development, Anambra State, may I state that I am exceedingly excited to see a day like this and be in an event like this, an event that shows what investing in human capital can do for a society. It is also a thing of joy that those we touched their lives are also thinking about touching the lives of others. That is how the society develops. Hence, we must remain ever grateful to Mr. Governor, Professor Soludo, CFA, for his vision in raising 1,000 youth millionaires annually through One Youth, Two Skills solution, which I must say is a divine program. And one of the key priorities under human capital development is the third pillar of solution agenda. When we came on board in 2022, of course, government is a continuum. From the handover note holistically for a period of 6 years, that is 2016 to 2022, the government was only able to train 1,073 youths and financially empower only 135 of them. Moreover, only 6 skills areas were available for youths to choose, while the duration of the training did not exceed 2 weeks, all done theoretically inside halls. That does not sound well at all, neither did it help the system. Mr. Governor Odenjinji of Africa came in and said, we cannot continue that way. And I cannot forget his continuous emphasis on the bigger agenda, Anambra bigger agenda for the youth. Within the period, Mr. Governor immediately raised the budget of the Ministry of Youth Development from 500 million to 2.5 billion. He dey talk, he dey do, he dey show. Of course, over 500% increment. That was the beginning of a new beginning and the birth of massive transformation in the lives of Anambra youth. Today, we are no longer talking about training 1,073 youths and empowering 135 of them in 6 years. What we are talking about now is 5,000 youth fully trained and empowered financially in 2022-23 alone, and 8,000 in 2024-2025, which is still ongoing, with the budget of 3.5 billion, we are no longer talking about training our youth within 2 weeks inside halls with facilitators that teach them more of theories. What we are now talking about is a well-structured program with significant stages involving apprenticeship scheme that lasts up to 7 months in addition to the entrepreneurship scheme. To make the story more interesting, for the first time in the history of Anambra State, and even in Nigeria as a whole, youths that government empowered are visible. You can see them, and you can see their businesses. They are doing with. You can see their businesses. They are doing with the money government gave them. Instead of the other way around, because the skill being offered to them are not only qualitative but exportable. Some of them have even moved beyond Anambra State to Abuja, to Lagos, and outside the country. They are testifying on how One Youth Two Skills program they underwent is helping them to create wealth, which is real indication of the authenticity and impactful nature of One Youth Two Skills. More interesting and most importantly, they have imbibed the value of giving back to the society. They came together on their own as beneficiaries of One Youth Two Skills solution and formed Solution Youthpreneur Support Group, SYPSG in bracket, to support the actualization of the vision of Mr. Governor that by 2070, every Anambra youth must have 2 or more skills. Mr. Governor, that is why we are here today, and you are the reason for these young men and women, these young smart entrepreneurs being here today to flag off free training empowerment for 1,000 Anambra youths, which they said will be on an annual basis in line with your continuous call for PPCP, public-private community partnership. It is interesting to state that SYPSG has become a very reliable partner as this program is fully funded by the organization. The involvement of the ministry is to ensure that all standards already set for the youth empowerment in Anambra State are maintained in all processes of this empowerment. When the leadership of SYPSG came for the partnership to part of the understanding was that the ministry will offer technical support, which includes mobilization of trainees, because we have the structure in the communities and as well as the youth database. Mr. Governor, it will interest you to know that all these selected beneficiaries came through different formations, which includes Ndi Igwe, the PGs, the youth leaders, local government mayors, and representatives of the people. In addition to that, the ministry provides course contents and timeline with the strict monitoring as we are doing in all state government youth empowerment programs. Hence, it is a partnership that will definitely yield the desired fruit. Mr. Governor, Professor Soludo, the CFR, the Grand Commander of Youth Allied Forces, the power of one man, the 1 million digital tribe solution master, we cannot thank you enough for your love and your joy seeing them rising. That is why the love Anambra youth have for you is so organic. They are now fully determined to go the extra miles with your intentionality and proactiveness in human capital development is not such. Mr. Governor, you have taken the youth agenda to a whole new level, creating limitless opportunities and boundless possibilities for the youth of Anambra State. Let's also thank the members of SYPSG for deciding to partner with the ministry and, of course, the PAMSEC and as well the technical team of the ministry for committing to their responsibilities together we can achieve that goal of building a society where all Anambra youths are economically productive, socially responsive, and politically proactive. This will ensure a safe and harmonious society which we all desire. Thank you, and may Almighty God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Wow. Ndibayeno, everything that Mr. Governor is doing is deliberate and intentional. He told us that if you cannot measure it, you can't improve it. Believes in data. What have you done? Let's see it. He believes in numbers. When you say, ladies and gentlemen, that man who says that the poor will not only breathe, but will get up and run. Put your hands together. For once again, the rave of the moment, the game changer, the trailblazer, the power of one man exemplified. Professor Chukwumacha Soludo, CFR.
Two skills. SYPSG. Smart entrepreneurs. Smart homeland. So when we have the smart youthpreneurs, then we have the smart homeland. The chairman of the Anambra Traditional Rulers Council, SYPSG, and I say the representatives of the other traditional rulers, the chairman of each of the senatorial zones are here. So the traditional rulers are here in representative capacity. I think members of the EXCO here, the state chairman of the only party in Anambra State, the All Progressives Grand Alliance. And let me rest on all the protocols duly established. Let me join all the earlier speakers in welcoming all of you to this very great event. Quite frankly, I wasn't expecting it this way. Quite surprised, because even till early hours of this morning, I was still quibbling as to whether I should attend or send a representative to the event. But then coming here, oh my God. One youth! One youth! Hey, so let me join in welcoming all of you to this very historic event. And I will say a word or two as to what makes it historic. But before then, I want to thank very specially the Commissioner for Youth, Development. You are the advisor. I could say, when I was coming in, I saw all the youth generals, the heads of the various youth organizations, line up. And I could tell, you are all welcome. I think the Youth Allied Forces are here, with all your representatives here. I want to thank all of you for standing as one team, one solid team for the development, encouragement, and participation of the youths in the transformation of Anambra. And let me specifically then thank the coordinators, the organizers of this SYPSG, the Solution Youthpreneur Support Group. And it's very fascinating for me. I was getting a little bit emotional as the speakers were speaking. Because this is one program, one initiative that is proving to be a very fundamental game changer. It's not just another youth empowerment program. You get youth, give them 2, 3 week or 4 weeks or 6 week ad hoc training, and then, distribute money and they go, and we say we've empowered youth. No. This is very deliberate, very well structured, organic, and we're going from first principles with an eye on sustainability. My dear friends, where we are today, this event today, and where I was getting emotional, is that I was thinking that this might be a place we will get to, probably in 10 years or 20 years' time. But to think that here, the essence of this event today is that we started off with 1U2 skills, where we not only give people vocational skills. Between 2023 and 2024, we had, 2022, 2023, for about 12 months, people were put under the formal, almost reinvention of the Igbo apprenticeship system, where you now take those to be trained to the places of training. In some form, you might liken it, some people call it IT, almost an industrial training, where the person is taken there to be trained from first principles in specific vocations. And after that, they are given the second skill, which is entrepreneurship skill. How to run a business, how to organize a business, manage your finances, and so on. And then we provided them with seed capital and provided also resources for them to access, if they wanted access to cheap financing, a single-digit interest rate, but then with seed capital as grant. And then we set up the cooperative structure that then traces and continues to monitor and mentor those who have been trained and empowered to now run their own businesses, and getting feedbacks and social and group support, social and group networks. The failure rate of these things, examples across the world, has been very monumental, very high. But for us to come back, barely 12 months, less than 24 months, certainly, to come back and to have 1,000 out of these people who themselves are now firmly established and have become millionaires themselves, offer to say, listen, we now want to train others free of charge by ourselves. That's why we are here. That's why I was getting emotional. I'm very excited about this. Listening to this, that these people were just, were running all over the state, providing them with vocational skills and with the cash empowerment and subsequently some billions set aside for them to take soft loans when needed, that they have become such entrepreneurs themselves, some employers of labor, and some even exporting. And that comes to the heart of our social and human capital agenda, to provide and produce human capital that is productive at home and exportable abroad. That's our vision. And that is who we are in the Anambra. And we are getting back to basics, to take back our society at a very, very fundamental level. So I want to particularly appreciate the youthpreneurs, the SYPSG group. They formed themselves into a support group that supports this One Youth Two Skills program as beneficiaries of the program. And now, therefore, to train others free of charge, 1,000, in various communities and in various, I was told yesterday how these 1,000 persons were selected. And I'm so glad to hear that this crosses all communities in Anambra State and wards and so on and so forth. And I want to particularly appreciate the organizers, the youthpreneurs, for this magnanimity. It tells us that we are truly building to last. We're not waiting 10 years or 20 years to evaluate whether this program is sustainable. The proof is here today that we are building to last and that this is a sustainable program. We're building to last. This is sustainable. And we're getting down to the foundations. I've been procrastinating. I've run into a few of you in your workshops, in your shops, in your places of where you are doing your things. When we had some displays of some wares, I saw some making shoes or doing this who have come on on a kind of show, advertising their products and so on and so forth. All I can tell you is that government, as far as I'm here, this has taken a life of its own. But we will continue to do everything within our powers to give you all the necessary support to continue to do more. And I will come down to this. This is still on appreciation. But as has been said, and the Honorable Commissioner did mention that very eloquently, we're very intentional and systematic about what we do with regards to taking back our state, taking back our society, and rebuilding it from the first principles to who we are. In the Anambra, our brand, the equity, what we are known for. When you say you're from Anambra, anywhere in the world, what will come to people's mind immediately will be a few words: enterprise, hard work, integrity. These are key words that basically will come to mind. Enterprise, very, very enterprising people, very resourceful people. Entrepreneurs are people we know how to create wealth, we know how to make money. And we want to take our youths back to those roots, away from the current wave of and the preachments by some even religious groups who are trying to preach to people that you could have a crown without a cross, or you can have wealth without work. This is part of what we're fighting, because there is a nexus between that ideology and criminality. So people now think you can go and do kidnapping, bring money to society, And in a society where nobody cares what you do for a living, it all goes, it's good, no problem. We celebrate money. Profanities, vanities, and so on being thrown on our faces all the way. But we want to go back to the roots, to celebrate hard work, to celebrate enterprise, to celebrate integrity. And that is what these our youths here today represent. That's the restructuring, fundamental restructuring of the society that we have embarked upon, and we are very deliberate about it. This 1,000, the 1,000 happen to be 1,000 being trained by those who are already beneficiaries. And this is new. I've never heard about this before anywhere in the world. Of those who have been youths, I've never heard where those who have benefited from youth empowerment schemes have come together, organized themselves together to now train and empower others. This is what is happening here in Anambra State. Unsurprisingly, it has to be here. The people known for enterprise. The people known for enterprise. And yes, as your chairman did mention, that era where we had massive industrial estates all over the old Anambra, we saw it. Even after the war, under the then sole administrator of Abiasika, our people came back together again to rebuild and want massive industrial development. But unfortunately, for more than 22 decades now or so, all those industries died. But we are hoping for a new beginning that is rooted, fundamentally rooted. And so when we came in, we defined this, as I said, human capital agenda in terms of rebuilding from first principles to build human capital that is productive at home and exportable abroad. In the area of health, yes, we've gone to the basic principles, starting with the entire ecosystem, starting from the primary health center, that now in every ward, recruited immediately within the first 6 months of assumption of office, we recruited over 1,000 medical personnel, consultants, doctors, pharmacists, and so on, nurses, to make sure end the era of hospitals and health centers without medical personnel. That's where we started, because a healthy society is a wealthy society. Refurbishing all our primary health centers, putting skills, equipment, and so on there, even with solar. And now implementing our telemedicine to make sure that we'll get to in a few months' time, we will get to the stage where we can proudly say in Anambra that if you live in a ward, you will have access to a doctor 24/7 through telemedicine. That's in the area of health. And we're taking it to our secondary level. We're building our general hospitals to make sure at least every local government has a world-class functional general hospital, at least one. Some have more. But in the next few months, when we commission several of them that have been completed brand new, then every local government will be assured of having one fundamentally functioning general hospital at the minimum. Some have 2, some have 3, or as the case may be. At the tertiary level, we're building the largest trauma center, I am told, in Nigeria at our tertiary teaching hospital, and that will actually provide all of this. That's ready, that will soon be ready for commissioning, and the other stuff I can go on. If I talk about health, we can go on this for a whole day. Then education. This same thing about empowerment, we're taking it from the roots. Anambra people, education. we do well in education. But we are doing even better now. We've taken it from the foundation, going back to primary schools. And the weakest link in our educational system happened to be the government schools. And we saw that that was our weakest link, because the system is as strong as the weakest link. We went back there and focused very intensely, while still providing humongous subsidies and support to mission schools, the ones returned to the churches, which cost the state billions every month in the year to run, to subsidize. We hire teachers, we post teachers to them, we pay their pension, we pay their gratuity and salaries for these places. We also give them some grants, but with an intense focus on the public institutions, rebuilding them from first principles. There is no such thing as smart education without smart teachers, or without available teachers. And we are the first, I am told, in the country, a governor that starts office, and within the first 9 months in office, first 9 months, started with 5,000 teachers, and second again, and followed that up very quickly with another 3,115, bringing to a total, within a year plus in office, recruited 8,115 teachers to end the era of schools without teachers in Anambra State. Because if you want to know the quality of education you are offering, look at the availability, quality of teachers, and the quality of teaching. So we decided to go there again from first principles. And then we followed up with having truly free primary to JSS 3 in the first instance, that no child in any public school in Anambra from kindergarten to JSS 3 will be charged a kobo. We followed that up. Now when we try that, I will tell you the result of all of this. Now we have extended it from September last year. We now extended it to SS3 of secondary school. So no child in our school system, public school, is charged a penny. And you know what? Enrollment in our school system, particularly in public schools, have now skyrocketed. In the first instance, it went down by about 18.7%. Now over 22%, jumped up. And you know the result. The out-of-school children now in Anambra, I'm waiting for the official confirmation of the numbers. But I am told, if that is true, I said, because I know in 2023, when the data was published in 2023, Anambra had the lowest out-of-school children at 2.9%. Some states have over 40, 50%. But Anambra had the lowest out of the 36 states plus FCT as at 2023. But what I am hearing recently, if that is true, we're almost driving down to zero, to about 0.25%. So, we are very, like I said, very intentional and systematic about this. Making sure that we leave no one behind. That every child in Anambra has an opportunity. It is the same way, even in health, that we started off our free antenatal, free delivery, including free cesarean operations in Anambra, in all public hospitals in the state. And as at December, when we had the latest numbers, as at December, mid-December, already 82,888 women had benefited from our free antenatal, free delivery as at December with over 400 cesarean operations free of charge in Anambra. So, we're using this, we're very, very deliberate. We're very deliberate about all of this. And now for the youth stuff. It's not just about employing. We've had these thousands, over 1,000 in the health sector employed, 8,000 plus in the education sector, in the security, architecture, local security, a few thousands there, or this direct employment. But then, under our 1U2 skills, 5,000 trained and empowered, another 8,300 will soon graduate and will be empowered this year. Another 8,300, they have been undergoing their training since last year. Sooner or later, they will be ready. This is different from the 1,000 that our beneficiaries are training, which is what is happening now. But what is important in the Anambra for us to realize, this program is so popular now, the demand is very high, that actually the 8,300 we have taken is out of an application of over 180,000 youths that applied. We've taken only 8,000 plus. In the next batch, we are looking forward to up to 20,000 participating in it. Because we are deliberately building the infrastructure, the institutions, and continue to expand capacity, that the facilities for this training are getting into all the nooks and crannies of Anambra State. Because we are using a unique training system, building on our unique apprenticeship system. And you know what? This also calls for collaboration. The partnership with the communities, partnership within the Anambra who have means. And I will continue to appreciate in the Anambra for answering to our call for PPCP, public-private community partnerships. I have been going around several communities commissioning roads, private individuals doing 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers of roads. I've been going to communities to commission them. One person, the person who still holds the #1 flag in the state is late Enukeme, Chief Enukeme, Tony Mas of blessed memory, who constructed standard, durable 18-kilometer road network in his community. He's late now. We don't remember him for all the petrol stations that he owned. We remember him because he left lasting legacy in his community. Now I'm proud to hear that some others who followed the Anambra are now eager to want to beat his record. Instead of somebody from a neighboring community in Anocha who has done 16-point-something kilometers, says his target is to get to 30 kilometers done in his community. I'm talking about solid standard roads supervised by our own Ministry of Works to standard. I'm not talking about those building hospitals, those building schools, those building markets, and so on and so forth. So I appreciate in the Anambra because we love our homeland. Now, with regards to the youths, I'm therefore also calling on communities and in the Anambra, this is the better way to use our money. This is the better way to use our money. It's not using our money in expensive funerals. Don't get me wrong. You can have your one-day funeral thing. Here in Anambra, we'll say we give people befitting living and decent funeral. Let's celebrate the living. Let us invest that money in our youths, in your various communities. Dole out the millions and the billions that we have, and let's use them to empower the youths. Because that's our future. That's our today, and that's our tomorrow. That's our today, that's our tomorrow. I was at one funeral in Anambra during the Yuletide season. And when we went into one tent, there were quite a number of the who is who. And somebody said to me, made an introduction and said to me that it's a club of 139 billionaires. That there are 139 in number and that they are all billionaires. And I clapped and I said, this is wonderful. But you know what? Because I don't know, I haven't gone into your pockets. The only way we know that you are a billionaire in Anambra is if you show us the roads that you have done, the schools you have done, the hospitals, or how many thousands of youths you have trained and empowered. If you cannot show us 1,000 youths in Anambra that you have trained and empowered, you are not a billionaire. Go see a guy for Nanya. The only way, that's the only proof. How many thousands of youths have been empowered? Because otherwise the money is useless. Anybody can say I have 1 trillion or 10 trillion. It means nothing. They say money is what money can buy. In this case, we say money is what money can do. Is how many persons money has empowered. That's the whole thing. Now we get on from this youth empowerment, and so I'm using this opportunity to call on the Anambra who have means. That part of what we now need to do is not what we eat, how much are you going to eat? How much are you going to drink? How many rooms are you going to sleep on? Or how many beds will you sleep on? How many cars will you drive at any point in time? All these are vanities. Let us follow our forebears, those who led the thing, who led the way, who led the pathway, who showed us that we are the people who value our communities and what we are doing under what U2 skills and what these young men and women are doing today is going back to that spirit of Anambra. They have just benefited, not barely 1 year ago, and they are here today to give back by helping to train others. So if they themselves as young millionaires are now volunteering their resources, and by the way, I want to put it on record that this whole event is organized and funded by them. This is not a government event. It's very important to make this point. This event is not a government event. This is an event by them, organized by them, paid for by them. If these young chaps who have just undergone training 2 years ago can do this, they are in the Anambra. Those who can afford to spare some millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and so on. We are waiting for the day, each and every one of you, once you are ready, the same way I go to communities to commission roads and projects, once you are ready with the youths you have trained and empowering, call me. We will come and help to call it spirit off. You know what we are doing in the area of technology? Our SID and the training of over 20-something, 23,000 of our youths, the CODA Anambra programs, and we're building our own Silicon Valley. Anambra, when they say African Dubai, Taiwan, I say it's not even complete, because in 2006, I gave a lecture here in Anambra to the League of Anambra Professionals, and I articulated a vision that Anambra could become the African Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley. And I want to tell you, we are very intentional in laying the foundations for that. Our own Silicon Valley is coming up there, and pretty soon the world will know. And it is for our youths. It's for our youth. Our reform program is on course. Those in the bushes, those who want to make money quick, the criminals who no longer value hard work, that's not who we are. And then the Anambra youths, we have decided that the 0.01% criminals who are out there in the bush causing, occasionally they will sneak out of the bushes and cause one mayhem or the other, and it will be all over social media. That 0.01% can never define the rest of the 99.99% of us. Our youths, a large percentage of our youths, 99.99%, are hardworking. They are honest people. They want to take their destiny in their own hands. They want to have a future for themselves. They only need our push. But all of us must bond together and fight that 0.01% because they are giving us a bad name. We are urging them, those of you in the bush who are carrying gun or whatever, again, come out from there and we will help to rehabilitate you. And the Commissioner for Youth, we've asked them for them to go and register in the Office of the Special Advisor Security, and then also the Office of the Commissioner for Youth. If you come out and surrender, we will devise special 1U2 skills for you, train you and empower you and reintegrate you into society. But if you fail to come out from there, I can tell you with the Agune Chamber and Operation Udogachi, we are coming after you. We are coming after you. We are coming after you. There will be no hiding place. No hiding place. If you know anybody who is a member, in fact, if you know anybody who goes to the bush anywhere, tell us. We'll go and grab the person. If you know anybody who goes to any camp, are you hearing me? And we say to our youths, because they're the ones trying to bring bad name to these decent people here. Criminals and their supporters, these native doctors that do all manner of confuse them. Who confuse them? Of course, we've told them that I think they have to make a choice. And for us, we've chosen the path of enterprise, hard work, and integrity. For them, they choose now to be in the bush and come out to collect from those who have worked hard. We said that won't work. Not in Anambra. They could find somewhere else. And so, for all of you, and including those who have gone onto the Farm to Feed program, you know, when the youths of Nigeria were saying they were having a demonstration last year against hunger, we youths in Anambra said, no, we're not participating. That in Anambra, in our culture, it's an abomination for a man to stand on the street and say, I'm hungry. Our people will ask you, don't you have hands or legs? Go to the farm, go and plant something and eat. It's shameful in our culture here. And we decided to launch the Farm to Feed. So we launched it, and it's growing like wildfire. Because if everybody produces one thing that he needs to use for one day, the prices of whether it is pepper, whether it's onions, whether it is vegetable, that one day in a week you don't have to go to the market to buy what you eat. The prices of agricultural commodities, food and so on will crash. Let us get back to basics. And I want to thank our youths for keying into the Farm to Feed. And of course, I talked about the next phase of our 1U2 skills program. The Omo boy skill program. There are several training programs. I won't exhaust them talking on the podium here. For our youths, just ask which one you are interested. There is remaking of our Omo Boy, the entrepreneurship scheme, from first principles, and there are tools now to train the Omo Boy while they are undergoing the apprenticeship skills to acquire some other skills before they leave. And we are very, very deliberate about forging partnerships to make these programs to continue to be sustainable. As government, we are ready. We are prioritizing rescuing our youths from kindergarten, through primary, through secondary, through the university system, and vocational education. And with our 1U2 skills, and with our digital skills, we're trying to build a holistic ecosystem where no youth in Anambra will say, I don't have the opportunity. We will do that within our limited resources, but we'll also be partnering with corporations, private individuals, and that's why I'm calling out the wealthy Anambra, the Anambra, to come on board. Join us on this crusade, because as I close my eyes and I try to visualize the future, from what has happened today, that those we just empowered barely 12, 18 months ago are now themselves youthpreneurs, millionaires, who are now training 1,000 other youths free of charge. This is a case study of, I don't know how else to qualify it in terms of its success and sustainability. With this momentum going, and many of you now as entrepreneurs and employers of labor, so I close my eyes and try to visualize as we continue with this 1U2 skills and continue to ratchet it up in terms of both the skill mix and the empowerment that goes with it. With our new industrial city, sitting on thousands of acres of land where we are taking now 24-hour electricity and building infrastructure in the place, where we will, over time, for some of you, will be giving you land to build your factories, as the case may be. I can imagine, I can visualize, I can say it, in all sectors, be it in tech, be it in commerce, be it in industry, and otherwise. We can close our eyes and see Anambra in 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I won't yet tell you what I am saying, but it is a very great place. Let us bond together. Let us get together. And I believe firmly that yes, with this level of, with these youths here, this is just a fraction of you. 1,000 decided to train another 1,000. 1,000 of those who benefited came together and said, we are benefited enough, we are doing well. We want to train others and empower others. That's what we've come here to do today. Anambra, that's a new dawn. That's a new spirit. With this new spirit, a new Anambra is born. With this, Anambra will explode. With this new spirit, the Anambra as an industrial, entertainment, technology-driven commercial hub is on its way. And yes, for those who doubt, those who think when we say Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley, that it is skyscrapers, that you measure that, that's the foundation. You've got to lay the foundation. You ask them where Dubai was 60 years ago, and the foundations that were put in place. We are going much faster. And sooner or later, the world will see the fruits of your efforts. All I can say is that we are ready to support you. as long as you continue to work hard, and I'm looking forward to the next set of beneficiaries. Maybe next year again, we'll be invited to come and have another cohort, and so on and so forth. And let me end by saying, for the 1,000 that you are going to be, that you are training, when you finish with them, I want to say, we will try to partner with communities, but those that the communities are not able to absorb in terms of those private people coming up with the funding that would require, because this 1,000 is in addition to our 8,300 that we have already put on the line. If they are not ready to come once you finish the training, we will partner with you to make sure that they are empowered to get into the field. There is nothing better, there is no better way to spend our money. We will spend whatever it takes on our youths, because that's our today and that's our tomorrow. I want to thank you all, and may God bless you, bless Anambra State, and bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
To only a solution.